take it across to our guest now. With us is Vayan Sharma, CEO of Chimes Aviation. We have CS Randhawa, who's the president of the Federation of Indian Pilots. Joining us also is Anurag Mittal, captain, check airman, as well as trainer, who's joining us on the show. Let me start with you first. Captain Randhawa, the question that is on many people's minds is that why is it that, in crash after crash that takes place, the lessons of the past have not been learned? Why do we have investigations if their reports are not going to be submitted in time? The same company had a crash in Mumbai. It's been over 2 years and the AIB has not submitted a report. How are we going to learn from what went wrong, what could have possibly gone wrong, and improve our systems if our safety mechanisms are going to take so long to respond?
Madhav, I 100% agree with you. We've been questioning this to the Ministry of Civil Aviation after the 12th June crash of AI 171, where we said that the 5 members in the AIB, they do not have the expertise as required by Annex 13 and by ICAO Doc 9756 Part 1. And we have gone on record many a times, and now also we are in Supreme Court and we are challenging and we are asking for a judicial probe because we have no faith. Now, as you rightly said, that 23, the inquiry is still not over. So this is a highly incompetent body. That is what I would say. And there should be no reason that a crash which has taken place at aircraft has gone beyond repairs and you are taking more than 2 years to come to some conclusion. It is ridiculous. The same thing is happening on the AI 171 crash. Okay, they are not able to find out the root cause whenever they're doing the root cause analysis. And we have been stressing upon that there are electrical problems. No one is ready to listen to us. The foreign media is also raked it up. The Foundation of Aviation Safety in US has made an exhaustive report and presented it to the US Senate on the AI 171. But here in India, if you see, the credibility of AIB is in question. So today's accident also, it's extremely unfortunate. But I would say now, firstly, I would like to tell you something about Baramati airfield. Baramati airfield is an uncontrolled airport, which is about 5,800, and the runway orientation is 1129. And once the aircraft is approaching Baramati, the controller initially in charge is from Pune. So Pune hands you over once you are victim-like.
We've actually reconstructed all that in sequence events. I want to get quick comments from the other panelists as well. Vayan Sharma, the larger question of our aviation safety culture, whether we're talking about flying schools, whether we're talking about the smaller airports, whether we're talking about chartered flights and chartered operators, or we're talking about regular commercial operators. The big question is that the safety oversight mechanisms and the kind of reports that are required, the speed, the alacrity, there's a lot that's left to be desired. Even in the past crashes, whether talking about Bangalore, Calicut, etc., the reports have taken a huge amount of time. They've overshot deadlines by massive margins of up to 6 months in some cases. What are we looking at and why are we not serious enough? Is that somewhere the reason why we are continuing to see such crashes take place?
Again, that is one facet, which is, what Captain Randhawa highlighted, that how much time does it take for AIB to come to a conclusion and give a report. The whole idea behind the report is to ascertain the cause so that it is not repeated going forward. So if 2 years, 3 years are taken just to ascertain the cause, so, there is that much of a time gap before any corrective action, if any is required, can be taken. That's one point. But here, there is another point which I'd like to bring, on the table. That, we saw this happen even when the CM, Mr. Reddy's aircraft had crashed. Normally with the VIP movements, what happens is, especially where you're landing at uncontrolled airfields and in VMC conditions, is that because of the importance of the person sitting at the back, sometimes the pilot gets pressurized in, pushing the envelope. I'm not saying it happened here, but it is definitely one of the factors which happen. That, you have a politician at the back who says, I've got 20,000 people waiting, I have a public address to make, where the pilot normally, if he does not see the runway, I'm assuming that when he couldn't see the runway and there are no navigate available at Baramati, which would mean that he would have probably gone in for what we call a GPS approach.
Okay.
Which-
And let
which
me
is-
bring in
which is-
Captain Anurag Mittal on that as well. Captain Anurag Mittal, the question that many are asking also, of course, all aspects will be looked at, whether there was technical failure, whether what the weather conditions were, visibility conditions were, so on and so forth. But there's